Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm A Squared Gamer, and today we are finally back to playing Crusader Kings 3. It's been a while. I don't recognize this guy's face, that's how long it's been. I'm trying to remember this guy. I don't know, this might be a bug. Ah, I knew it. The save was from an old version, yes. Let's load the save and see if there's no bug. There might be a bug. The game tells me there might be a bug, but we'll load the save just in case there's no bug. Ah. Yes, there might be a bug. Because somehow England owns everything east of me. Yeah, the game is very buggy. But I'm actually fine with it. I'll continue playing with it buggy. No, I'm not going to continue playing with it buggy. Hold on. Let me go to Steam. And see if I can't do what it told me to do so that it won't be buggy. It told me to go to the betas. So properties, betas. And then 1.17.1. And then how do I apply this? Let me just stop the game. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so the game is trying to go back to the previous version. Let me see if I can't show you guys this. Yeah, so yesterday I updated the game, but apparently it's been so long since I last played it that the update was just not compatible with my current save. So as you can see here, it's trying to go back to the previous version. But it's at 0%. Huh. Okay. Maybe that'll do it. It's going at 5 megabits per second. That is not fast. Okay. Never mind this. We're just gonna go with the newest version. Is this the newest version? Oh, no. Hold on a second. What I want is for the betas to be none. Oh, you guys can't even see the betas. That's weird. Oh, it's because I'm window capturing. There it is. It's because I'm window capturing Steam. But not any pop-ups that come off of Steam. So you guys couldn't see the betas. Oh well. Let's go back to Crusader Kings 3 then. And I guess that means this is the end of my run. I don't know how other people play this game, but apparently I play this game until my runs become bugged, and that's when they end. Because this is only my second run, and my first one ended the same way. It got an update that made the save buggy, and the betas didn't actually work for my first run, and so I had to end the game right then and there and start a new run. So that is, I guess if you're a viewer of mine, that's how it's going to be moving forward. I'll open that save again, even though it's buggy, and look through all the information of what I accomplished during my run at the very least. Just to show you guys the end results of my game. Continue. I'll take a sip of water and then I'll go run through the stats of my play. Or actually, I'm thinking, should I just run it? I mean, this guy's 74 years old. The name of the house is Kirong, so let's just name the Kirongians. There you go. Yeah, let's just play it. What the hell? I don't want to end my run yet because the goal of this run was to form the Empire of Tibet. How? Britannia having all of China, Korea, and Japan, and the Philippines, and Indonesia, like half of Indonesia. I can't with this right now. Let's reacquaint ourselves with this new map, because the old map, everything that belongs to India, or not to India, to England, it was not on the old map. So everything in red here is new. Selenga Valley, I think, is also new. And so the map before was right here. Cut it right through Selenga Valley. And then right through Britain here. England. Although these two little spots were there before. But then cut it right through here. And this was the edge of the map. Right up to here. So even this green pala down here didn't exist before. But now that it does, let's just play through it. Let's take a look at some of our things first. I would like to see our faith. The Ari faith. Still only exists here, so that hasn't changed. We've got all these Catholics here to the east. Let's look at our culture, the Sumpa culture. We have all these Anglo-Saxons over here in China and the Philippines. I can't get over that. That's hilarious. So the Sumpa culture is our culture group. Are we the only country with Sumpa? No, we are not. This blue line is the border of our kingdom. So there are a few places, a few small places that still follow our culture, that are part of our culture group, that are not part of our nation. Or they are part of our nation, they're not part of our country. Because that's the difference between those two words. Nation represents the people, country represents the land. Well, in today's day, you know, those two words are basically interchangeable for most of the world. Because most people have their own country. But yeah, that's my culture group. And then my house. What other maps are there? Terrain. Ooh, if I zoom out, I can't see the terrain very well. I have to zoom in. Yeah, the goal is to form Tibet, so we're going to stop right here at the Himalayan mountains. And basically, this mountain range here as well. We're just gonna stay here on the plateau, on the Tibetan plateau, right in between these mountains, and these mountains. Simple terrain? Oh yeah, this just details what they... colors them in. Makes them color-coded. What's a hill, what's a mountain, what's a desert. And then this green is jungle. And the white, beige looking is plains. Okay. Blocks and confederations. That's new. I don't know if we're going to use that anytime soon, but that's new. Are there any plagues at the moment? Nope. I now have to go left and right to see the whole map. I used to be able to see the whole thing before. So, no plagues. There's one legend here spreading. And one in Italy. Oh, two in Italy. Oh, there's a few in Italy. No, just the two. Edward the Martyr. Oh, they're both Edward the Martyr. Huh. Okay, those are the legends spreading in the world at the moment. These are all the counties. Hegemony titles. I don't know what that does. Governments who are all feudal. I'm bordering a lot of tribal areas. What are these? Oh, Axe. Tribal. And then Kumarlev is also tribal, as is Nagormo. Songompo is feudal. Okay, yeah, so these three are tribal. Court languages, we speak a lot of Tibetan, a little bit of Chinese up here, but somehow English or Old English has dominated. Even though it's very small here. It's huge here. But we speak Tibetan. And we also have the grandest royal court that speaks Tibetan. Although there are other places that speak Tibetan, so that's news to me. Oh yeah, these two places. I think even Axe as well. So that's court languages, development. Oh yeah, this is all, I guess, pink? That looks pink to me? Yeah, zero development in all of this. Except for right here. Suzo has 9 development. Meanwhile, if I look at my capital, it has 11 development. Amdo is my capital, correct? Control, click. Oh, that was shift. Right, so I own all the key wrong. And then Amdo, yep, it's my capital. So I have 11 development, but so it's not all pink over here. Wait, is it human that's at 9 development? Yeah, it's human. It's the only place that's not owned by England. I didn't even notice that little county there, independent county. So the game, the game probably couldn't register anything outside of human and just gave it all to England, randomly. So that's development, and then you have control. Anything in the gray is 100% control. Where am I? My area has high control because I've been focusing on that. So this is it right here. Can I see the border of my nation? Oh yeah, I can. This blue line here. Okay. So we do have Naku here that has 0 control. This county. And then we have these 2 counties up here that have 0 control. But I think this one we just gained. We're currently at war. Trying to defend it after taking it from someone else who was at war. Defending it. So I inherited that war. And that is what we're currently doing. Economy and buildings. Ah, this is tribal. That's why it's white. So Amdo doesn't have much development, but in terms of making money, it's up there with some of the richest parts of the globe. This bright yellow here means it's making a lot of money, and you see Amdo here. It's not bright yellow, but it's still yellow. So we are making some money. Diplomatic relations. Red means we're at war. I don't know what this shade of red means, but I assume that means they hate me. So the rulers of Kumarlev, no, plus 54. Huh, I don't know what that means. But yeah, that's what the world situation currently looks like. England has suddenly catapulted itself to be the greatest empire in the world. It used to be Carpathia here, but now England, the game really likes England because it just gave them a tremendous bonus to try and fix whatever bug is existing in the background. So little old England here is now big old England. 3,000 soldiers. But they're all the way over here, so if they raise an... No, I think they can raise an army within their own lands. I think that's how Crusader Kings 3 works. So it's not... I was thinking maybe I could raise an army and conquer all of this before they raise an army here and then sailed all the way over here. But I don't think it actually works that way. I think you can raise an army anywhere within your own territory. So if I declared war, they'd raise an army right here. Let me control click England. It's all part of the same East Sex? Wow, okay. Who is the noble? The Duke of Essex. He controls all of this. Okay. The game did not like that. It started jumping on me as soon as I went into all of this. So let's play this. Let's continue on and play this for as long as I can before the bugs get too much. I'm currently at war. Why is my Master of the Hunt grayed out? I can still click on him. Okay. So first things first. Let's see here. Naku. I'm over my domain limit, 8 out of 5. And I believe this was because I was trying to get succession in order. So currently my player heir, Lingpa here, he will inherit Amdo, the Gyapo, which is the kingdom, the petty kingdom, which is the duchy. He'll inherit the county, and then he'll inherit Dangla, Nyainrong, Yenshipen, Trandam, that one, and Chimarho. And then Konyi will go to this kid, who's only... Oh, he's already 16, actually. Nima will go to him, and then Naku, the county, and the petty kingdom will go to this kid. So instead what I would do is give it to this 16-year-old, because he's ready. He's betrothed, but she's only 13. So that marriage isn't set yet. She's not important, but she's pretty. That's probably why. Intelligent and pretty. That's probably why I set that marriage up. For the trait more so than anything else. And so let's give him... Oh, grant title. Let's give him the county of Naku and the petty kingdom of Naku. which includes this area here. So grant him that title and he'll love me. Well, he already loves me, but he'll love me even more. Okay, there you go. Have fun. Oh, I just remembered why I hadn't given it to him yet. It's because they're betrothed and I wanted to make sure that they got married and I didn't want him to pick up a concubine beforehand or a second wife beforehand. So I wanted to keep him until the marriage went through. But you know what? It's okay. So now Naku goes to him. It's currently a tribal realm, so hopefully he can feudalize it. And then this little county here, which currently belongs to the county of Aso, this lady. Bangoin? Is this one? Yes. So that one belongs to her. And when she dies, it'll be inherited by one of these kids. And hopefully then they will become a vassal of Naku. That's what I'm hoping. So yeah, I'm all set with that. I'm still over my domain limit though, but how is succession looking? Yeah, so that kid is now no longer involved in succession. I do have a 15-year-old who will gain the petty kingdom of Konyi. So I need to give him something, but first let's find him a spouse. He is intelligent, and so we would like to find him another intelligent spouse. That way their children are guaranteed to be intelligent, and they might become geniuses. Yeah. I mean, this might work. But I probably won't live long enough to set up these marriages, and so instead of someone intelligent, let's see, can I find him a genius? Which is what 2 intelligent people have a chance of having their children have. There are no geniuses available to him. What about quick, which is the lower level of intelligent? Oh, there are a few here. So let's sort by sum of all skills. And she's 19. She is sadistic though. Although they're both paranoid. But paranoid people don't like other paranoid people. They don't dislike them, but they don't like them either. So there's no bonus there. She's impatient. He is zealous, fickle, and paranoid. I don't like that she's sadistic. I don't want to set my son up with someone who's sadistic. She's eccentric and diligent, which is nice, but she's only 11. What about this one? 16. Calm, impatient. That's an oxymoron. I wonder how she gets along with both of these characters. They sort of conflict with each other, but that's fine. She's 16. She's wandering. She's not zealous, so I might be able to put her to convince her to switch faiths. I keep forgetting the term it uses because it's been so long since I've played this. She's a member of a house. That's interesting. But she's wandering, even though she's a member of a house. Oh, she's the one. Will accept. Send the proposal. He's only 15, so they probably will not get married yet. But there will be a betrothal in place. Meanwhile, there's an army, there's a war that I'm 61% winning. I control the war target. And I've won one battle. The question is, where's the other army? Oh, there it is. They're currently sieging. 3 months left on the siege. And I think that's what I'm doing, right? Yep, I'm heading straight for them to break the siege. It says here that I will take 38 days to arrive, which is less than 3 months. So I will definitely break the siege. So let's unpause for the first time. Ooh, Day of Sorrow. Shadow has walked by my side for many years, and the passage of time does not spare dogs, As I kneel beside him, he starts wagging his tail slowly, but he cannot raise his head. I sit with him long into the night, petting his black back until the tail stills. Shadow was the name of my dog. I will miss you. And I lose the pet dog modifier. I'll make sure that you'll forever be by my side. It'll cost me 17 gold to get his pelt. That is kind of sick. But you know what? Everyone grieves differently. So let's take this pelt. Wait, would he take this pelt? The way I play this game, I do like to sort of roleplay out their decisions, but I'm not sure there's anything in his person. Well, he is callous, heartless and cold-blooded, indifferent to most. But he's not indifferent to his dog. So his callousness doesn't apply to his dog. Torture, scheme, hunter, pilgrim, murder, loyal, might, strong, traveler. He does have a lot of dread. Let's do it. Why not? I'll make sure he'll forever be by my side. It only costs 17 gold. That's nothing. Okay, that's the betrothal going through, and then I pause the game because what's this plus 10%? The game had relations improved between our two houses. Okay, that's new after the update, because the game didn't do that before, but now it shows you that the relations between their house and my house has improved. Their house doesn't really matter much. The house doesn't even have a name. It's part of the Gaitonde dynasty, which is south of here, right? The Raj of... Oh, that's the name of the Raj. Where is that Raj? Oh, it's all the way down here. That's probably not going to matter much to me, but I mean, that's fine. So that's where the diplomacy and the friendly relations comes from, right? All of those extra things I was looking earlier. So then Kumarlev, House Chumarlev, the reason it's red is because... Oh, where do I see the percentage? Oh, she's my tributary. Okay, that's why. So she pays me tribute, and I don't invade her. And if she gets invaded, I have to protect her. Okay, that is good to know. And then I was swaying her. She gained 25 opinion of me. But I continue my efforts. Because she's my spy master and is at a minus 28 opinion of me. And you do not want your spy master to hate you. Meanwhile, I have a couple of schemes going. I think I can execute both of them. Yeah, that's what this sees the moment. Okay. So let's execute these. These are me making something up about them and then blackmailing them with it so that they can pay me. So let's seize the moment. A daring rescue. Would it not be wonderful if Prince Gyaltsop owed me, not out of fear, but out of gratitude? If I, for example, were to save him from vicious bandits while he was out traveling, indeed, vicious bandits like the men currently waiting outside the castle gate, I would charge in with my guards at the last moment, driving them off and leaving Gyaltsop in a life debt to me. So simple yet so convincing. I don't like this event because it costs 50 gold to pay off the bandits to do this for me. But once I blackmail him for the hook, the most I can get if I demand payment for a hook is 50 gold, unless they're like a king or an emperor. So I basically break even, and all that has happened is that I wasted a bunch of time. Yeah, so they cost me 50 gold. He's indebted to me, but it's only a weak hook. So now if I demand payment for that hook, he pays me 50 gold. So all I did was, wasting time. So thanks for the money. And then this scheme can be executed as well. Seize the moment. A daring rescue. It's the same exact one. So I ended up... she loses 40 opinion of me because I fabricated the hook. Yeah. This was a losing venture. So I can demand payment. My daughter, my niece, my grandson. These are all hooks I have on them because I'm the head of the household. So I'm not going to demand payment for that hook because once you demand payment for a hook, the hook disappears. But I would demand payment from her. So there's the 50 gold I wasted. And then after all that, I'm still at 441 gold. Just a waste of time. Golug, I think, is new, and he has 149 gold, so let's try and fabricate. Ooh, it's hard to fabricate a hook on him, so let's not try him. This is Pala? No. Of the Mlechahaha Kingdom. Oh, wow. Mlechahaha used to be huge, and now Pala has taken most of their land, and they have snaked up into the Tibetan plateau. They used to be, big down here in India. He has 121 gold, but I've already fabricated a hook on him. How about England? Let's try England. The Queen of England I can now fabricate a hook on, because she's nearby. It would be hard, but what about the Duke? The Duke of Essex. He has 313 gold. And that would be easy to fabricate a hook on him. Perfect. And we always go with balanced arrangement, which gives us 2 agents that focus on success chance. It gives us 2 that focus on success length. And it gives us 1 on secrecy. However, most of these schemes, because of my high intrigue stat, I can execute before the 10-month grace period. And why that's important is because within the 10-month grace period, the scheme's secrecy will not be breached. And that's what these breaches are for. Every single time there's a breach, your success chance takes a hit, and the scheme phase you're currently in resets. So that's why you want high secrecy. However, because of my high intrigue stat, I can always execute the schemes. See, we already start with 4 advantages. Usually you would start with 0, but if you look at my intrigue stat, it's a 37, and one of the many advantages I get from that is every 5 intrigue above 15 gives +1 starting advantage to schemes, and my intrigue is 37. So at 20, my advantage would be 1. At 25, my advantage would be 2. At 30, my advantage would be 3, and at 35, my advantage is 4. Which is what I currently have because I'm at 37. At 40, it would be 5, but I think the game caps your advantages at 4, so you cannot start with more than 4. Because I've had an intrigue character with more than 40 before, and I never got more than 4 advantages to start a scheme. And so that is why I can get to 5 advantages, which is where you can first execute a scheme. I get to 5 so quickly that I don't ever leave the grace period. That is why. It's because of my intrigue stat. So now let's look for agents to increase the success chance. His bishop and personal physician was willing to join. He's a 31 outcast. Thief would be my daughter, or the bishop, who's a 24 thief. Let's see. The infiltrator, my grandson. Or the Duke, who would make it 25 days faster. The footpad would be my daughter. Or the Duke. Okay, so the Duke seems like he would be most useful. I just remembered. I don't usually do balanced. I usually do focus on scheme success chance. I don't actually usually do balance. But yeah, the outcast, he's a 31 here. Second best would be 21, my guess. Meanwhile, for Thief, my daughter's a 27, he's a 24, Youngton is a 31. Yeah, so it makes more sense to have the Duke's Bishop be the outcast. And that gets me up to 66%, and then the Thief will have to be... I need to get up to 95%, which is the cap. It's the highest you can get. And so to get there, I would need 29. My daughter only gives me 27. So I'm at 93%. It's not great, but it's going to have to do because I went with a balanced scheme. So then the Infiltrator will be my grandson, and he will make this go from 110 days per phase minus 29 days, and now it's 81 days per phase. Is that 29? 110 minus 29 is... Yeah, that's 81. Okay, so that's correct. And then I can make it even faster by hiring a footpad. Might as well, since I went with this scheme. My commander, I can use his own antiquarian, which I would rather do than use someone from my own court. So let's go with his antiquarian, and that's another 19 days. So now I can execute it in 3 months, although it's 62 days per phase, so that's technically 2 months. I get why it says 3, because it's over the 60 days of 2 months, but you don't know, those 2 months could have 31 days each. Although I don't think the calendar has a single month. Yeah, the calendar does not have 2 months that are 31 days long consecutively. Every month is 31 followed by a 30 followed by a 31 followed by a 30. And so 62 days would be 31 days for 1 month, 30 for the next, and it would be the first day of the 3rd month. And that's why it says 3 months per phase. But that scheme is all set. Then I'll be able to make something up about him, and then that'll give me a hook on him, and then I'll demand payment for that hook. And the reason I can do all of that as an intrigue character, which I believe is the best... Well, I shouldn't say the best way to play the game. Well, I will say it's the easiest way to make money in this game is to play as an intrigue character. And then if you look at lifestyle focus, if you get this perk, which isn't even in the intrigue lifestyle tree, it's in the stewardship lifestyle tree, but golden obligations allows you to demand payment for all the hooks you have, which if you're an intrigue character is great because truth is relative. The very first perk you can get in the schemer tree, in the schemer branch, allows you to fabricate hooks on people, aka to make stuff up about people. It also makes it so that if your spy master is finding secrets, they can also fabricate hooks on people. And then there's another one here. So a job done right makes all hostile schemes that you start already have a plus 25% right off the bat. So it makes them easier to execute. And there's another one. Is it twice schemed? Yes, allows you to hold 2 hostile schemes instead of the regular 1 that everyone else can hold. And so this is very easy to make money because you just find people all around you, like I'm doing now, fabricate hooks on them, and then demand payment. That's why, even though we're very early game, we're in the year 959. I started in the year 867. So this is less than 100 years after the game has started, and I can already build up 440 gold. And I've built up all of my territory. If you look at my territories, they've all been feudalized. They all have holdings. I haven't completed everything within the holding, but as you can see, some of the newer ones don't have the buildings, like Trandam, which is fairly new, as you can tell by the fact that it's right at the edge of my territory. It's on the border. But the other ones, I have built stuff up. However, because my character is not a stewardship lifestyle focus, he's a intrigue lifestyle focus. And as I mentioned earlier, I like to sort of roleplay through the decisions. Because of that, I have not really built anything. I'm waiting until I get a stewardship character, and then I'll focus on building up my territory. But regardless, I have 441 gold really early into the game. This is my second character. We're in the second generation of this house. There's the family tree. Yep. See, this was my father, the person who founded this house. And as you can tell, I'm the first son of the first generation. So we're very early in game. Too early for us to have this much gold. The only reason I have it is because of all the scheming I'm doing. Speaking of which, let's find a second scheme now, because remember, we can execute 2 schemes. And so, why not focus on the Duke? His wife doesn't have any money, but his mother only has 15. He has a sister. She only has 2. What about her husband? He has -2. Okay, let's look at his subjects. There's a countess. She has 140. Oh, she's only 14. I cannot exhort them. And her regent has 0. Okay, let's go to his other subject. He has a baron who has 163 gold. And so let's fabricate a hook on him. It says it'll be easy, and instead of focusing on balance, we'll focus on scheme potential, because that gives us 3 success chance agents. We don't really care about the timing because of how much advantage I have because of my intrigue stat. And so we just want scheme success chance agents so that we don't end up being stuck at 93. We want to hit the cap of 95. So the outcast, we have our guest here at 21. Diplomat would be my courtier here at 25, or my daughter at 23. The thief, my player heir, my courtier, another one of my guests. Okay, so I like to, for roleplay purposes, because I don't think this actually affects the game, but I like to try and choose agents in schemes that have as little to do with me as possible. And so rather than choosing my own children, I would much rather choose one of my courtiers. And rather than choosing one of my courtiers, I would much rather choose one of my guests, because they'll leave my court soon enough. And rather than choosing one of my guests, I would much rather choose a member, one of their courtiers, or even better, one of their family members. But usually those people refuse, because they don't want to scheme against their own liege, which makes sense. Unless the liege is like very hated by his people. So for the diplomat, instead of my daughter, it'll be my courtier, which makes even more sense because he has higher stats. He adds 25% instead of my daughter's 23. So I'll use him, and that gets me up to 81% max. And then it's currently at 67 because of, you know, his stats and my stats combined lowers the success chance from the max to this. And then I can just let time go by, and either his modifiers that prevent him from being schemed against will expire, or my modifiers will overpower his and the 67 will go back up to 81. Very rarely have I seen a scheme where his modifiers remain and the scheme potential does not reach its max, which is 81% at the moment. And if I add a thief, it should get it up to 95. I only need 14% to get up to 95. Because remember, 95 is the cap. So even if I were to put my son, who's a 23, and invite him, it'll only go up to 95. So since that is the case, for roleplay purposes, mind you, I will find a thief who has absolutely nothing to do with me. But again, only if they're at 14. And right off the bat, I found Shakya, who's a guest of mine. So if I cannot find someone from his own court who has a 14 or higher, then I'll use Shakya as the thief. But let's scroll and see if we cannot find someone from his court. It's my champion, my niece, my daughter, my wife. Nope. My nephew down at 87 is at 13. And then we have a courtier of not him, but of someone else. So someone from someone else's court, which would be perfect, except she only has a 12. That would get it up to 93. And so let's go back up to Shakya. And I will invite him. And now we're at the 95 max. We're still only at 67 true success chance, because Baron Simon himself is a spy master. And so that reduces it by minus 50. But thanks to all of my modifiers, I'm already at 67. So my spy master intrigue automatically cancels his spy master out. His being a spy master cancels it out. And then he's loyal, or because I'm loyal, that's a minus 10. But my intrigue is 37, so I get plus 37. So both of these negative modifiers get canceled out. And then based on my intrigue, growth is at 16.6% per phase. So after the first phase, they should go up to 83%. Keyword being should. I'm not sure what else the game is calculating in the background. But for now, we'll leave that be. And then let's go to my court, because I did get a new artifact. In case you forgot, I did skin my pet dog. And now I have his pelt. This artifact. I don't even know how I got this. I think I defeated someone and took it from them. No, it says I inherited it. Oh, my father must have defeated someone and took it from them. No, it used to belong to Naku. And I'm the one who conquered the county of Naku. Either way, it doesn't even say anything. That's one of the mini bugs. It doesn't say what benefits it gives me. Like Shadow's Pelt here gives me plus 0.03 prestige per month. 6% night effectiveness, plus 2 to my court grandeur. This one doesn't say anything. So that's one of the many instances where the bug shows. But we're just going to let that be. We'll mount my dog's pelt there. And you can see it there hanging off the wall. It must have been a small dog. And I can't even hang the other one. Oh, it says it's already displayed. Where was it displayed? Can I display it somewhere else? No, everything that can be displayed is being displayed. Yeah, it was there because that box wasn't... Yeah, okay. So there's that pelt, and then... You know what? If I'm going to have a pelt here, I might as well have another pelt here. 2 pelts above my head of 2 pet dogs. My pet dog, and then my conquered opponent's pet dog. Right above my house banner. Ah, the bug does not show that it's giving me anything. What about this house banner? Nope. Are any of these artifacts? No. None of the old ones show me giving me any benefits. Shadow's Pelt does because I just gained it after we started the save again. But everything that happened before the update, it's all bugged out. It's not giving me anything. Which is fine. We can continue on because these are small ornaments. Late game, I will have all of these removed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I did get a plus 2 to court grandeur. So now it's at 45. Okay, and the inspiration, is that bugged out? It just started. But it's not, it doesn't look bugged out. What about income? Yep, I'm getting money from my vassals. I'm getting money from my domains. I'm getting taxes from my tributary. Okay, everything looks fine. I am losing gold, but only because my armies are raised at the moment. Nothing looks like it's too bugged out. I would like to see my inventory just to see. Yeah, none of these. This one was illustrious too. That's unfortunate that I lost all of those, but none of these have any benefits modifying my character. So that's unfortunate. Not even the ones I gave away, because I gave this one away and it's not showing anything either. Okay, so now we know what one of the things the bug has affected in this save. And that's fine, I can live with that. But now that we have set up the schemes, we can finally unpause again and get into this battle in 56 days. The siege has 3 months left, so I should get there before the siege ends to break up the siege. Let me see, who's my commander at the moment? They have Organizer, which increases army movement speed. So when they get close, I'm going to have to change the commander. Right now I only have him as the commander to increase army movement speed, so that they can get there faster. There I go. Once I get there though, I'll change the commander to someone who's actually good at fighting. Okay, so she couldn't find any secrets, but she would like me to pay to have a hook done on her Choki. Fabricating a hook, this is what I mentioned earlier, where my spy master where the fine secret can fabricate a hook. However, to do it, I have to pay 50, so I don't ever do it. But the good thing about this is that if I don't do it, the person I don't do it against actually likes me more. She gains 30 opinion of me because she knows how easily I could have been her enemy. And so she's grateful. And the reason I have that is because I'm so dreadful, thanks to all the schemes that I've been executing. It has increased my dread. And because of that, my subjects and courtiers don't really like me that much. See, this guy's got a plus 33 opinion of me. Let's find this one. She's a guest. She has a minus 53 opinion of me. And a lot of that comes from the minus 103 because I'm a tyrant. And it gets even more minus every year. So it actually gets worse, not better, over time. And a lot of people have that. My courtier here has a minus 98 opinion of me. Minus 103 comes from that tyrant. Although he is of another faith and he does not like that. So he does not like me because of that, is what I should say. I cannot demand his conversion. He has to be cynical. Oh, and he has a high level of devotion. Can I just murder him? Why is he even in my court? But yeah, let's do this. Let's pause. And then let's go back to that guy. Why are you in my court? You don't have high stats. You're unlanded. Oh yeah, his level of devotion is very high. Was your previous spouse... Oh, she's a woman. Okay. Was your previous spouse a member of my court? I don't know why you're a courtier of mine. Why am I getting just random courtiers? This might be because of the bug as well. Because her stats don't look high enough and she doesn't have any congenital traits to tell me why I brought her into my court. So can I just dismiss her? Wait, let's look at her child first. She's married to this guy. This guy is someone else's chancellor. Yeah, no, I don't know why you're here. Go away. She loses 30 opinion of me. What do I care? She's already at minus 98. The max is minus 100. It'll cost me prestige. But having one less courtier that hates me is probably worth the prestige hit. But you know what? It's probably much better just to find her a spouse that's not in my court. Can I find her someone of her own faith? Reset everything to default. And then find someone faith. Not Buddhism. Oh, instead of this, let's reset to default. I can just find Mashriki. No, I cannot sort by faith. Okay, then we'll just go with someone who's not Buddhist. And then we'll scroll and find someone who's Mashriki. If we can. If we can't, we'll at least find someone who's Muslim. And then we'll just marry her away from my court rather than having to spend the prestige. This guy doesn't even have a faith. Oh, he's of my faith. He's Ari. I wonder why that appears blank. Just another bug. But I did put not Buddhist, did I not? So there's an even other bug. It's showing me Buddhist people. How about if I put not Ari? That doesn't actually do anything. Not Buddhist. What about if I put only Buddhist? Ah. I put to show only show characters of the same religion as you. But I put Buddhism. And it's now showing only characters of her religion. Ashari. Ah, Mashriki is her culture. Ashari's the faith. I got those mixed up. Sorry about that. But yeah, so that's definitely a bug. But yeah, let's marry her away. She's 57, so let's marry her to Birbal the Strong here, who's 60. And they're both diligent, so that's fine. Send the proposal, and it's not matrilineal, so she should go to him, especially since he has a bunch of positions in someone else's court. So he's not willing to leave that court. Even if it was a matrilineal marriage, it would be difficult to get him to come here. So if I send that proposal, she will leave my court. And I think I'm going to have to go through all of my courtiers and do this a lot. Let's see. What am I trying to look at? Not console, courtiers. Yeah, there's 98 of them. So I'm going to have to go through all of these people and try and figure out, like her, people who are in my court who hate me, and try and get them out of my court. But like I said, I'm a tyrant because of all the schemes I've been doing, so that happens a lot. Yep. So they accepted the marriage. Yeah, and she left. She's in his camp now. Excellent. Oh, wait. Oh, no. She was the one doing the inspiration for me. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I just sent her away. After spending 98 gold on her. She's no longer my courtier, so I can no longer support her dream to make armor. What a tragedy. A self-inflicted tragedy. I can't believe I did that. I did gain a new stewardship perk while that was happening. Situations, what's this? This is new. But yeah, I can't believe I did that. The inspiration is gone. Oh. See, this is what happens when you don't play the game for a long time. You forget what you were doing. I can't believe that. Oh, that is so silly of me. Okay, so what else was there? Let's move on from that blunder. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Monthly gold income while at war plus 10%. But I think I want it is my domain because I can extort subjects. And then I will move away from this and go to, where would I go? I already have whole of body and I have scientific, so there's really no need to do this. My second highest stat is learning. Am I a wanderer? Torturer, schemer, hunter, pilgrim, follower. No? Oh yeah, traveler. Nah, I did get that perk, but I don't really do much. But I do have it, so it does affect his personality. So should I go to Traveler instead? Whatever I choose will be the last. So maybe I should go back to Learning. Because it is my highest stat. Wards can get additional skill. I don't have any wards, I don't think, at the moment. Can learn some languages. Different faith opinion plus 15. Faith conversion cost minus 75%, so that's nice. 20% of consular's primary skills added to your own. That's really good. By claim. This actually helps schemes. So maybe Scholar. Yeah, I don't really want anything there. What does Wandering do? Stewardship +2, Diplomacy +2, Stewardship +2. Supply, Legend Spread, Gain Fame while traveling. I don't really... Yeah, I'm not really going to do anything that would make Wayfarer be worth it. Inspection, domain taxes, travel logs, same ROM, scheme secrecy. Like I mentioned, scheme secrecy doesn't really matter because of my high intrigue. Gain development and control when holding activities in a county, so that's nice. But I would have to get inspection and mustering. Know your land, know your people. Everyone likes me more. It's not really worth it at the moment. A local arbitration. What does that do? Improve a county in there. Okay, yeah, that's not worth it. What about Voyager? Swing the Scales of Power. That's about regents when I'm traveling. Mercenaries cost less. Private Army. Travel option. Monument Expeditions. Point of interest trust loss. And prestige gain. And more rewards. If you return from a more developed destination, my capital gains development. That's nice, but I would have to get all of these beforehand. Yeah, none of it is worth it, so I think I'll switch back to Learning. And get these two. And by the time I get these two, I might be dead by then. So I might not have to worry about it. If I'm still alive somehow, I'll go down the left end of this branch and try to learn on the job. But first, let's extort my people. War Profiteer is nice, but I don't think after I end this current war, I don't think I'm going to be going to war again during my lifetime. So let's try and extort my subjects. Right before I die, I'll extort all of them to build up my chest, the treasury, in order to pass it down to my player heir. So let's get, it's my domain. And now, can I switch? No, I cannot. Yeah, looks like the time frame, because once you switch to a focus, you have to stay in that focus for a set amount of time. And it's not telling me what that time is, but it looks like I have not hit the time limit yet. So I'm stuck in stewardship for the foreseeable future. Yeah, so now that we've done all of this, I think we've only had like a month go by in game time since I started. So now we can finally switch the commander here from him to our best commander, which is this guy. He's got 3 stars in Master of Logistics, Desert Warrior, and Defender. Are we in the desert? Are we north enough to be in the desert yet? No, we're still in the hills. The desert is up here. Yeah, all of my territory is in hills except for this northwestern corner, which is deserts. And we have some dry lands here. Okay. But that 36 score is just too amazing to pass up. Even if his traits don't really do much. And Defender has an advantage in mountains. Desert Warrior has an advantage in deserts and desert mountains. And Oasis and drylands. So he has an advantage in everything. Even this one lowers attrition taken in mountains and desert mountains. So he has an advantage in every single terrain except hills and plains. But that's fine. He's my nephew and my marshal. So he can lead the army. And now if you look at the upcoming battle, I have more commander traits and the better army commander. Plus, because this is my territory, I technically count as the one who's defending, even though I'm the one who's charging towards them. So I'm defending in hills, and I have more soldiers. It says they have higher qualities and more counters, but let's break the siege. Yep, they ran away. Can I catch them? I can. And yet, look at all these advantages. My mountaineers are being countered, but that's fine. Oh, okay. GAU, this is another one. I'm not paying for hook, but now GAU will like me more. She's currently at minus 82, so that's good that she likes me. She's 16. Oh, she's my daughter-in-law. She's married to my player heir. I know why I married her. She's intelligent, and she has 20 stewardship, 17 diplomacy. That was a good decision by me, even though she's homosexual. That's fine. My son is heterosexual, so they should still have children. And he's my player heir, so once I start playing as him, I can, make it so we have children. But yeah, let's not be friends. We should be friends instead. Let me pause. I've gone unpunished for far too long. But since today, I have come to deliver holy retribution upon you. I cannot lose, for the Father of Greatness is with me. Holy war for the county of Nima. Who this? Manichean. An organized duelist faith? Okay. How did you even get a claim on my land? That was definitely because of the bugs. Because I don't know how this religion that popped out of nowhere has a claim on my land. That is a lot of soldiers. They have 6,000 soldiers. Way more than my 2,000. I just won another battle, so I'm at 99% here. It's unfortunate I cannot end this war instantly, but the war scores at 29% because I control the war target, and that ticks. So every amount of time, every period of time, I'll get +1 to this percentage, which means I don't have to do anything else to win this war. I just have to let time go by, thanks to me controlling Naku. And after a short period of time, that will end. Converting faith. What's the faith here? Okay, so I'm converting faith here. It's the last territory within my kingdom that is not of my faith. And then what else am I doing? I'm finding secrets in my capital, and I'm increasing development in my capital. Okay, relations damaged. Quarreling with this house. Is this guy that just declared war on me? He is. That makes sense. So our relationship is damaged. He declared war on me. That's minus 100%. Okay, I like this new option that the game included. And then during that battle, I captured this guy, but he doesn't actually apply anything towards the war score, so I can ransom him away. The scheme has 5 advantages. Okay, So first, let's go to my prisons. I can torture him because I am a torturer. And that will give me a dark insight, which increases either my prowess or my intrigue. However, the max is 5, and it looks like I already got 5 in both. So prowess and intrigue, yeah. So there's no use in torturing him any longer. So let's ransom him away. 50 gold. Thank you very much. Oh, he had 150. Okay. Rakish adulterer. Thanks for the 50. Meanwhile, that battle that we just fought, they only had 236 losses. But I already outnumbered them and I only had 20 losses, so it's only better for me. And then if you look at my champions, I wounded 2 of theirs, imprisoned a 3rd, and only 1 of them got away scot-free. Meanwhile, my own, none of them got wounded. They all had double-digit kills except for these 2 down here. So that's nice. This guy's gonna give me some money. And now Guge declared war on me. Okay. I have 2,500. I have 3,000. But where did the 6,000 come from that I saw earlier? Was that also a bug? My son is the Gyapo of Sang down here. How many soldiers does he have? 860. Is it worth it calling him to my... I don't think it is. Oh, he's not my son. He's my nephew. Yeah, I don't think it is. But that helps my renown, right? Now that I look at it. Yeah, I'm getting plus 3.3 from rulers. 2 kings. That's me and him, because a Gyalpo is a king. So that's nice. What is Shigaza looking like? Can I arrange a marriage? Is she his heir? Or is he the heir? Does your culture allow female inheritance? It does. So then the question is, do you personally allow female inheritance? Or should I just marry both of your children to members of my house? Can I have members of my house? Ooh. I have a son that's only 3 years old. The goal here, what I'm doing, is trying to get my children on other people in other countries as their leaders, so that I can get more renown for my house. Let's look at U, because Shigaze is kind of small. I don't know how long it's going to be around, but U has been around for as long as the game has. So this sadistic 9-year-old here, she does have a claim on the Gyalpo of U. So U is the same culture, so they do allow female inheritance. And I do remember seeing female rulers of U. Okay. And so for this girl, who looks like she's the heir of U, I will send one of my sons. This kid's shy. She's sadistic. He's probably not going to have a good time. But you know what? Better him being sent away than him being in my court. This one doesn't have any traits. Congenital. Because he'll gain personality traits as he grows up. He's only 8. But yeah, like shy is a congenital trait, right? Oh no, it's a personality trait. Okay, never mind. She is 9. He's 8. He's intelligent, so I want to keep him. He's beautiful and quick, so I definitely want to keep him. It looks like Falco, who's 9, same age as her, is going to be the one. Ah, they won't accept. Because we have different faiths. But it looks like we can improve relations and maybe they'll accept. That's unfortunate. Okay, yeah. What about if I go around? Let's look at my faith. The problem is my faith only exists down here. It's not bordering me. And I don't think they're close enough to interact diplomatically. Oh, they got conquered by Pala. So let's control click here. Pagan. There's one. Tagaung. They're Burmese. But if I marry his son, who's 4, to a member of my house, I have a 2-year-old granddaughter who's intelligent. I want to keep her. This granddaughter has nothing. Daughter of my daughter. Perfect. She's not from my player heir. So if I arrange it with her, they will accept. If I make it matrilineal, ooh, they hate that. But I will send her anyways. Oh, she's ill. She might not even survive. I still send her anyways. And that does remind me, I do need to look at all the children in my court, see if anyone needs an education at the moment. And it looks like a bunch of children do. So first, this 12-year-old. He's a genius. Son of my nephew. And my grandniece? I don't know if they're closely related or not. They're definitely uncle and niece. She might be his niece, or they might be second cousins. One of those is definitely much better than the other. Either way, the child is already 12 years old, so there's not much I can do about that. He is currently focusing on learning. 16, that's really good. And so he needs a learning educator. The highest learning stat is my personal physician, who just happens to be insane, but he has 28 learning. Second best only has 18. So yeah, he's definitely worth it. So he can be his teacher. And then Seba's also 12. He's currently focusing on learning. So will they get the same teacher, or is that guy tapped? Yep, looks like he already has 2 wards. So then he gets the next best guy, Mukum. He is the son of my nephew. So he will be taught by one of these two. They both have 18 learning. This guy's my religious leader. This guy's my courtier, but he's a genius. Mukum. Let's look at Mukum for a second. He's a genius, so I married him to my niece in order for them to have genius children. Yeah, because her first husband died. And she is delicate, so at the very worst, we can get some delicate geniuses. Yeah, so he's a genius, so let's have him. It looks like his other stats, 7, 8, 9, 11, are better than his other stats, 9, 10, 2, and 5. So we'll have Mukum be the teacher for Seba. And then... okay, the oldest one is 4, Gyopsa. He is charming, which means he focuses on diplomacy and intrigue. He's got a base 1 diplomacy and a base 1 intrigue. So he can go either way. His prowess is a base 4. Learning is a base 2. But his martial is 0. So what interacts better with learning? Diplomacy or intrigue? Let's look at the teachers that exist in the world first. I mean, I'm an awesome intrigue teacher, but I don't want to teach him. So second best would be my daughter, who's a 21. Let's see what his parents are good at. Let's see if I cannot get one of his parents. He's got 15 diplomacy. And she's got 12 intrigue. 3-star. 3-star. Okay, so they're split. That makes sense why then the child is charming. I never actually connected two and two together, but it makes sense that since whatever the two parents are, that's what the child will inherit. I never actually made that connection. I wonder if that's actually true. If the two personality traits of your parents is what determines the kid's personality. The education trait of the parents, I meant to say. I wonder if the two education traits of the parents determines the personality of the child. Yeah, I never made that connection before, but that makes sense if that's how the game determines which personality, which childhood trait the child develops. That makes perfect sense. It makes too much sense. To a point that now I'm doubting whether that's actually what the game does or not. Oh, let's give me a second. Ooh, I used to know how to do this. How do I do this? Okay, this way. Sorry about that. Just give me a second. Gotta get rid of the bots. Okay. Getting back to this guy, so the best intrigue teacher would be my daughter, who's a 21, another daughter who's an 18 intrigue, 16 intrigue, and then is that his dad? It's not his dad. Okay. 21, 18, 16. So then if I sort by diplomacy, wow. There are some tremendous diplomacy teachers. I have great diplomacy stats in my kingdom. When did this happen? This guy's got 33 diplomacy. How does he not have any responsibilities? He's compassionate, trusting, honest. Wow. And he's loyal. How is he not my chancellor? That's the better question. And he's married to my niece. This guy has to be my chancellor. Who's my chancellor at the moment? I'm getting sidetracked, but this is way too important. This guy, he's 53. Okay. He's married to my sister-in-law. Ah, her first spouse was my sibling. He's also honest, compassionate, and calm, but he has 4-star Gray Eminence trait. Meanwhile, Nachana has a 3-star charismatic negotiator. But that 33 versus 28 is just too big of a difference. If I replace my Chancellor, he's not a powerful vassal like my nephew here. Do I have any powerful vassals? It doesn't look like I do. Yeah, so this guy has to be my new Chancellor. He loses 20 opinion of me for 10 years. But he's already at minus 82. I don't really care. We know this guy's at minus 62. And if I give him the position, now he's at minus 52. And he's currently focusing on domestic affairs to make my people like me more. And that's already maxed out because that's been the focus for a while. So I'm already up to 16.5 to his diplomacy skill. And parochial vassals. Oh, no. He's new. So that's why it went back down to 0. But if he focuses long enough, it'll go up to 16. And the direct vassals will like me plus 16. And parochial vassals will like me plus 16. And my tyranny lost plus 33%. Thanks to his diplomacy skills. So that's good. And now back to what I was actually doing. The whole reason I found Nachana in the first place is to make him Gyalpsa here his educator, which means Gyalpsa is going to have a diplomacy education. And now his educator will be Nachana. Or will it be Choki, actually? She is a lunatic. But she's also my court chronicler. I don't know what that says about me. Honest, trusting, and compassionate, just like him. And she's also a diplomat and august, just like him, and loyal, just like him. The only difference is he's a traveler. She's insane. They both have 3-star education traits. So yeah, let's make Choki his teacher. And now we'll go to the next child, which I think is another 4-year-old. Yes. Tritok, who's really good. He's beautiful and quick. He has 2 traits. He got beautiful from his father. And he got quick from his genius mother, who's my niece, with 20 diplomacy. Man, that's insane. That means this kid has a very great future ahead of him. But he's charming, which is diplomacy and intrigue. Meanwhile, his father was martial. So yeah, like I said earlier, it was too smart for the game to actually do it that way. Because if it did, he would be martial and diplomacy, his childhood trait. And it's not martial and diplomacy, it's intrigue and diplomacy. However, is her second greatest stat intrigue? She's a 12 intrigue. What about her husband? Nope, that doesn't count either. So yeah, I don't know how they determine the childhood trait. Either way, he will get diplomacy or intrigue. He's a base 1 intrigue. But he's a base... Oh wait, he's also a base 1 diplomacy. Why is his diplomacy so... Oh, it's because of beautiful. Beautiful gives you plus 3 to diplomacy. Quick gives you plus 1 to everything. Yeah, so him being beautiful will always help his diplomacy, even if they have the same base stats. So it looks like he's going to be focusing on diplomacy. Now he's a candidate for being taught by his mother. However, we have so many great diplomacy teachers that we can just have him be taught by, Choki, Nachana, Govichandra, my former chancellor. That's 3 already. Kiradiva would be 4. And then his mother, Chomo, has 20 diplomacy, so she should be 5. I don't know why she's not appearing here. Does she already have 2 wards? She does. One of them is her friend. She made friends with her. She's teaching one of my courtiers. But he's got a learning education. How did this come about? No, kid. Let's remove your guardian. And you need to be... Wait, let's just make sure you actually should be learning. You got base 2 martial. Only base 1 learning. Ah, but pensive makes you stewardship or learning and nothing else. Base 1. Base 1. But we have a holy site. Our faith does. And so because of that, you'll always get +1 to stewardship. So technically you're a base 2 stewardship. So you shouldn't even be learning. You should be learning stewardship. And we can change the education focus as long as they're 6 or younger. Or no, as long as they're under 6. Freely, you can change the education focus freely until age 6. At which point it will get locked in and start to take effect. Yeah, so he can be a stewardship learner. Which means we don't have great stewards in our kingdom, if I remember correctly. Oh, I did not remember correctly. Putalabai here has 26 stewardship, so she can be his teacher. His culture is Mon. Her culture is Marathi. Both are foreign cultures. This one's Indo-Aryan, so she came from Persia. And this one's Mon, so he's Burmese. Yeah, so he can keep the Burmese culture. Burma down here is Burma is down here, right? So this is where our faith originated from. So I'd much rather him be Mon than Marathi. And now we can go back to the previous kid, and he can get educated by his own mother. Even though we have better diplomacy teachers, rather than take up one of their slots, yeah, his mother is what, 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, his mother would be the 5th best diplomacy teacher. And from the looks of it, she actually has the best non-diplomacy stats at 12, 12, 12, and 11. And the other ones 2, 1, 1, 3, 10, 8, 4, 9, 6, 8, 0, 5 for Najana. Yeah, so she's more balanced. So she can teach her own son. Is that her only child? He is her only child, but she's only 25. They have time. And I do want them to have a lot of children. That's why I married them together. Someone who's beautiful, which is the max level of this physical trait. And then someone who's a genius, which is also the max level of this physical trait. That's why I married them together, because I can't really marry them to another genius. It doesn't really intensify into another trait. Genius is the highest you can be. So that's why they're married. And now that kid has been educated. And I think there's 2 more children left. My son, the prince. And then Mangso, he's also 3 years old. I do not educate anyone under 3. Because a child does not gain their personality, their childhood trait, until they're 3 years old. And without the childhood trait, you don't know what the child will actually be good at. So you need to wait for that trait. I'll leave my son for last. Let's focus on my grandson first. He's charming, just like my son, which is diplomacy and intrigue. So you know what? Let's focus on my son first. In case the better teacher only has 1 slot available, we can give it to my son instead of my grandson. So he's a covetous planner. Intelligent, charming, diplomacy and intrigue. Intelligent gives +3 to everything. So, diplomacy and intrigue. Base 1 diplomacy. Base 2 intrigue. So, it looks like he's going to be an intrigue character. And that is perfect because I am the best intrigue teacher in the world, or at least in my kingdom. And he is my son, so I can teach him. And then that leaves one more slot, and that also leaves one more child. My grandson, son of my daughter. So he's not inheriting anything from me. He is Herculean, which is +8 to prowess. So it would have been great if I could have him focus on martial, but no, his charming personality means diplomacy or intrigue. But I think instead of intrigue, I'm going to have him focus on diplomacy. He's a base 2 there. Only a base 1 in intrigue. So that's perfect. It works out just how I wanted it to. So you can focus on diplomacy. And you get to be educated by Chucky. So you'll be her second ward. So now she cannot educate anyone else. Oh, she gained 15 opinion of me because she's a guardian of my relative. So she'll get +5 per month. And she is my court chronicler, so that's nice. Although that makes me think maybe I should have him be educated by my chancellor. So my chancellor likes me more. Instead of my court chronicler. What does that do anyways? Increases my renown per month from 0.01 to 0.1 based on her aptitude. And she's excellent, which means I'm getting 0.1 per month in renown. That doesn't really show. Unless that's what it is. No, this is just my normal. Oh yeah, that's what it is from the court chronicler. We have to go all the way down and uncollapse everything, but once we go all the way down the rabbit hole, you can see I get 0.1 from the chronicler and 0.6 from my court grandeur, being above expected level. And that's the 0.7 I get. Then I get another 0.25 from my hostage. Is he still my hostage? Or he's still 14? Okay. Alright, Bangso, are you being educated? Did I set that up already? I did. Okay. So, is there any child left? No. In which case, oh, yes, we also had the schemes. So let's execute this one. 5 advantages so we can seize the moment, which is the minimum with no balances. Ah, the Duke has something to hide, it would seem. Lucky for me. I don't have to be quite as creative with how I get him in my grip. All I have to do is let him know what I know. And that'll give me the weak hook. These other 2 options are like, why would I keep this secret close? He's got a lover. He hates me because of it. And it ends my scheme and I get nothing from it. I don't get a hook. So why would I keep this close to my chest? Meanwhile, this is something everyone should know. I exposed the secret. There are some perks that allow you to gain stuff when you expose secrets, but I don't have that. And so all I have to do is let him know what I know. 325 gold. I'll take some of that. Ooh, 70 because he's a duke of a great empire, maybe? I don't even know why. Some people I can ask for more gold than others. I know that for most people, the max is 70. I just noticed. If you look at his domains, he has 636. And his maximum is 4. But he owns all of China, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, half of Indonesia. So yeah, 636 domains. 638 titles. Duchy of Kent, Earldom of Hereford, Bedford, Kent, Middlesex, Xinhua, Earldom of Fuzhou. Like he has, all of China. All of China. Yeah. I'll take my money, please. Please and thank you. So that's 70 gold for that. So usually when you have your army raised, you lose a bunch of gold. When we started the stream, I was at 441. And now we're at 491, even though we're losing 7 gold per month. And we've had a couple of years go by. Our gold only goes up thanks to these schemes. Meanwhile, this one I could execute it, but it's still at 67. So it looks like it's going to be stuck at 57. So what I could do is wait. And if I get 10 advantages, I get +5 bonus to my success chance, and that'll get it up to 72. But it is a waste of time, so I'll just try executing it now. And if it fails, it fails. I don't think there's anything negative that happens when I fail. I'm trying to remember. I'll take a sip of water while I think. I don't actually remember anything negative happening, so let's seize the moment. Yeah, it just resets everything when it fails, which is fine because I'm going to stop trying to... I'm going to abandon this scheme. Meanwhile, the queen is still hard. Yes, she is. How about her children? She only has 4 gold. Oh yeah, I was looking at her subjects. Oh, the Baron's not even here anymore. I already blackmailed this Duke. Oh, he was only 19. Okay. How about this Duke? Will he give me another 70 gold? He has 293, so he can afford it. And it's very easy. Okay, thank you very much. We'll focus on scheme potential. And then the outcast will be, my guess, at 21. The diplomat. His chancellor is willing to get involved. And he's a 32 diplomat, which makes sense because he's a chancellor. But his marshal would be a 42 diplomat. Oh, he is not very well liked by his subordinates. Bad boss. He's a bad boss. So let's see, the thief. His marshal would be a 32. The infiltrator, his marshal would be a 39. So I think I'm going to use the marshal as an infiltrator. Because if I use the chancellor as... Oh wow, his bishop too. His bishop and personal physician. He's got 2 positions. And he's willing to be the thief. So if he's the thief... And then the chancellor is the diplomat. That's already at 92%, which means I can now use the marshal as the infiltrator. And that'll lower from 108 days per phase. It lowers it down to 69 days per phase. So that's nice. And then the outcast will be... I could use my guest, but I only need 3. And the 3 agents I've used, one is his chancellor, one is his marshal, and the other is both his bishop and his personal doctor. So if I could, for roleplay purposes, because again, I don't know if this actually affects the game, but if I could, as an outcast, use someone from his own court, that means I can get away with not using a single member of my court in this scheme. And that helps not only for roleplay purposes, because, you know, realistically, the less people connected to me involved in this scheme, the less likely a chance that it's discovered that I'm the one who executed this scheme. But, you know, when I blackmail him, he's going to figure it out anyways. But that helps roleplay-wise. That's the reasoning. But it also helps non-roleplay-wise, just game mechanic-wise, because when I do the second scheme, I'll have all of my agents still available to me from my court. So I can use them as agents in the second scheme instead of having to waste them here in this scheme. So I'm at 92%. The cap is a 95. So I only need 3 from this agent. A score of 3 for the outcast means I can keep scrolling until I find someone that is from his court. And no matter how bad they are, they will still be worth it because they'll still get me to the cap. Until I get to 3, but I should be able to find someone better than 3 who's willing to get involved from his court. Yep, look, his own antiquarian. Because if I can get his chancellor, his marshal, his personal doctor, and bishop, that means he's not well liked. So there should definitely be other people. So I can get his antiquarian, just barely he'll accept, but he will accept. To invite to the scheme. He is arrogant, that makes sense. No one likes an arrogant person. Of course, that makes less sense than the fact that he's a murderer and a familial kinslayer. That'll definitely do it. So now this is at 95%. Each phase only takes 69 days, and I already have 4 advantages, which means that in 69 days, I'll be able to execute the scheme. So that's all very nice. Now we can get to the second scheme. And wow, how about his wife? Nope. His children are all kids. How about his own subjects? And just I keep going down the line. I get the dukes, then I get the earls of the dukes. But rather than that, let's just focus on the third duke. Oh, he's not a duke. He's a reeve. What is that? Reeve. I don't know what that position means. He's her chancellor and master of the hunt. But he has 424 gold, so regardless of what that position means. Oh, he's a republic. That means a city, right? Borough of Wilton, yeah, so that's a town, which means he's a mayor. So Reeve just means mayor. I don't know how corrupt you have to be as a mayor to have 424 gold. That is a lot of gold in this game. And it's very easy to blackmail him, so yeah, he's... Who knows what practices he's undergoing. I just noticed he's an evil opportunist. So he probably has plenty of secrets for me to figure it out. Without me even having to make something up. We shall see. Yeah, let's see. Now, if I had used her up here for this first scheme, then I would not have had her available to use in this scheme. But yeah, she looks like the best for outcast. Diplomat would have to be my daughter. And then thief. Yeah, I saw some guests. Shakya. So Shakya will be the thief, and Opame would be the outcast. This was the same as the previous schemes. And the infiltrator, my grandson's at 29, so we can use him, and it'll go from 93 days per phase down to 64. And now we just need a diplomat. We need to get to 95, so that's 19. So a diplomat needs to have a 19. We've used 2 guests at my court, and we've used my grandson. So let's try and get someone not connected to me, although I don't think it'll be possible. His wife is so close, I would have to convince her with something. With 2 somethings, I'd probably have to give her a bribe and a hook on me or something like that, but I'm not gonna do that. My niece is not willing to get involved. She finds this immoral? It's mostly because she doesn't like me. That makes sense. I don't like it, but that makes sense. 19. I'm a tyrant, like I said. That's why most people don't like me. Looks like everyone is either a family member or a courtier of mine. Yeah, but we only need 19, so let's get one of the worst ones. In case we need someone available for another scheme. So now we're at 95. We have 4 advantages. This one will trigger in 64 days. And then we all know what this one will trigger in. And now we can focus on sending our army down here to Guge. Let's go through my own kingdom. What's this? County of Shinta. They're fighting me for Konyi. Yeah, right here. So. Yep. Wait. It's not in the war target, but it's right next to the war target. So that's fine. We can go there. Oh, there's the ransom. Let me pause because a few things are happening. My spy master has come to me. She's certain that my acquaintance in Gapolakpa here is scheming against my nephew Drekpade. If I let the traitor be known to all, he is no longer part of the scheme. I cannot throw him in jail because he's not my courtier or vassal. I cannot expose him or not accuse him, but either way he will be exposed as an agent in the scheme, and I get a weak hook on him. Does he have money? No, he does not, so that weak hook is worthless. So let the traitor be known to all. Drekpade is my champion. 21 prowess, so he's one of my worst champions, so I don't really care if he dies, but let the traitor be known to all. And then this thing popped up. An inspired person can be sponsored. Hopefully I remember not to send this one away. She wants to make a box. She is very competent. Her husband is wandering and she's a guest at my court. Okay, I'll sponsor you. 50 gold. She gains 40 opinion of me. Sponsor the inspiration. It's based on stewardship, which is 10. It's average. That's fine. None of my artifacts do anything, so I could do with one that does. Oh, what's this? Ah, my daughter with the air of Thangwang. Tagaung. With the air of that Raj. Excellent. And that improves relations between our houses. We're not neutral, are we? Because I already married someone from this house. We're still neutral. Where does it say it here, though? It should say it here somewhere, doesn't it? Oh, house relations. Duh. How did I not see that? I mean, they're not married yet, so I don't know about using the word married, but we're at 0 at the moment. But this one does give plus... Oh, maybe it'll be plus 10 when they get married. That's a new tab, though. It didn't exist before, so that's nice. And now this army's here. Are they retreating? If I intercept them, will it start another battle? Enemy ally warned to joined. This guy? Ah, that's where the 6,000 were coming from. Okay, I'm gonna need all hands on deck for this war. I mean, it's only 200, but this guy has 1,200. He can come. Then this guy, I mean, it's only 860, but every little bit helps. Oh, he's already fighting in this war. Nice. Oh, yeah, because it's a holy war, so everyone of my faith will be involved in that war. Is this guy of my faith? He's not. It's only 200 soldiers. Every bit does help, but... I mean, that's an extra 400 between the two of them. How about her? She's my niece. She's the boss of a mercenary camp, so she has 400 soldiers with her. And 3 champions. Oh, well, I'll call her anyways. Ooh, I lose renown every single time I call. Oh, because he's a dynasty member. I'm calling a dynasty member. Yeah, if I were to call him, I don't lose anything. If I call an ally, I don't lose anything either. Okay, so I'm not going to call a dynasty member. Okay. You know what? What the hell? Every little bit does help. So I'll call my allies. Just because of you. Because I could have taken on the guy who initially declared war by myself. A vassal to remember. Prince Conchok and Ngapo Bompo are among the most powerful vassals of my realm. I never know how to keep them happy so they don't go around stirring up trouble. Perhaps flattery is the way to go. Anyone would be pleased to have something made in their name, wouldn't they? And I have just the right thing in the making. I should let my beneficiary, Shonu, know that I am dedicating her masterpiece to my trustworthy vassals and advisors. Then again, it is my artifact, so maybe I should just... No. And they would get 50 opinion of me. My son and vassal. My nephew and vassal. This guy would go in the positives. This guy would stay in the negatives. This guy's 17. He's still betrothed. Oh, I gave him Naku. So even though he gets minus 102 opinion of me, because I'm a tyrant, he gets plus 60 when I gave him the Duchy of Naku, and plus 40 because I gave him the County of Naku within the Duchy of Naku. So he gets plus 100. So technically I'm only getting minus 2, which means all these other minuses. Wow, minus 20 I get from being over my domain limit? That's crazy. He wants the County of Bangoin, but I don't have the County of Bangoin, so why am I getting a negative for that? Not Rifle Liege. That's crazy. You crazy. Why not to myself would give me 150 prestige. Dedications are overrated would give me 100 piety. I mean, I didn't really want to do this, but it's the only one that has anything worthwhile. The result, okay. Game mechanic wise, I would probably just give myself some piety because my prestige is already almost exalted among men. Meanwhile, my piety still, is a little lacking. Where do I see the levels, the piety levels? Is it here? Yeah. So I'm currently on the 4th level, which is level 3. Because the first level is level 0, Sinner. So I'm on level 3, Devoted Servant. I still need Paragon of Virtue and Religious Icon. Meanwhile, for Prestige, I'm already illustrious. Almost. Oh, okay. I thought Exalted Among Men was the highest level. Never mind then. I could get either one. But the point is, personality-wise, it doesn't make sense because he's callous. He's cold-hearted and heartless. He's cold-blooded and heartless. So he wouldn't care about whether they like him or not. Which is how I've been playing the game anyways. So why not to myself? I wouldn't do it to myself. And I am a pilgrim. Even though I haven't really done anything religious. I haven't really done anything with this pilgrim trait, but I do have it. So dedications are overrated anyways, what I'm going to go with. And then he's joining my war. Excellent. Oh, I'm already at 100%, so I don't even have to chase these guys down. Enforce demands. I gain 150 prestige. I have no allies, so this doesn't matter. This lady pays me 135 gold because she lost, and she spends 150 prestige. Thank you very much. May you live in harmony and contentment. They always speak nicely when they lose. So I keep the title. So be it. Okay, so you can go back down here. And then that's the ally joining the war. And then that's another ally. And that's another ally. Ooh, and another enemy. A duke. He has 800 soldiers. Okay, I think I'm outnumbered. They have 6,000. I only have 3,400. So you know what I'm gonna do? Because remember, I'm rich. Is I'll go to the mercenary tab. Ooh, 700 gold. And then hiring this one will put me in debt. Oh, but they're only 600. I want this one. Already hired by who? I want the most numbers with the lowest price. Who's the most cost effective? It would be these guys, but they're already hired. How about these guys? These guys. Yeah, this guy. 341 pikemen, 341 pikes. What about this guy? 332 light horsemen. Let's go with this guy. It's a 3-year contract. So let's actually make it down here first. My nephew created a dissolution faction. That is good to know. It's too weak to send an ultimatum. But he's my nephew and my marshal, and he hates me. This is not good. He's the only member, though, so that's good. Well, I have 600 gold. When did that happen? Oh, yeah, I just won the war. So I actually can afford those mercenaries. Okay, that's good to know. But, again, it's a 3-year contract, so let's group up first. Everyone group up. He created a cadet branch. Kiron Kingtu. Only 2 living members. He and his wife? He and his son. Yes, he and his youngest child, because the first 2 are members of that other house. I don't like that this one is the primary heir. Yeah, because he was matrilineally married to his first spouse. And these 2 children came from his first spouse. And then this one came from this one, which I married to him. So it's a patrilineal marriage, a normal marriage. And she's intelligent. Hoping that the princess inherited, and she did. Perfect. So yeah, he created his own cadet branch of my house. Yeah, so now we have 3 houses. We have that one he just created, and then we have this one. Which is my niece here, the boss of a mercenary camp. All her family members are in this branch. Her son. This is her son. This is her son. Are you not her son? You are her son. Okay. Yeah, so her 3 sons and her are the members of this house. Meanwhile, the faction targeting me has disbanded. So no factions against me. People are just too afraid to create factions against me. It's not because I'm well loved. It's just people are too afraid because of my 100 dread here. Meanwhile, this scheme against this duke can be executed. 2 days until I can execute this one. So let's seize the moment. Losing the upper hand, the scheme failed. He discovered that I'm attempting to gain leverage over him in dishonest ways. I must do what I can to salvage my reputation. He loses 40 opinion of me for 5 years, and I cannot fabricate a hook against him for another 5 years. This spells the end of my efforts. So that's unfortunate. See, that's the problem with the cap being 95%. No matter how good the agents are, I do not get a 100% chance. And I've said it once, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. If it's not 100%, then it's a 50-50. So let's abandon this scheme. All that money gone to waste. His regent is an earl. Let's go for his subjects. Lady Judith, the priest hater. She hasn't even done anything sinful. She's just irritable. But she has 257 gold, so we will fabricate a hook on her. Very easy. I love to see it. We'll focus on scheme potential, fabricate the hook. She's irritable and vengeful. So even though she's patient and compassionate, she should have people who dislike her in her own court. Yep, her bishop and personal doctor hates her. And her spy master hates her. That's why I said you don't want your spy master to hate you. However, I don't like using spy masters because regardless of what position you put them in, usually they actually add days per phase to the scheme length. So for example, right now the days per phase is 98. If I were to use her as an outcast, now it's 110 days per phase. So he added 12 days per phase. So let's remove him. And we will not use the spy master. But now this guy, the bishop, is a 32. Next best is my daughter. How about for diplomat? Bishop is a 41. For thief, the bishop is 43. A foreign ruler. Ah, this is my ally that I just called to the war. So the thief, the bishop is a 43. Infiltrator, the bishop is a 30. Looks like it's just the bishop and spy master who hate her. Oh wait, nope. I spoke too soon. There's her caravan master. She's a 19 infiltrator. Can I use her anywhere else? What is the bishop best at? He's a 43 thief, 41 diplomat, 32 outcast. So he's best at thief, 43. Let's see. Who else can be the thief? This guy's a 23 thief. The caravan master's at 16. Diplomat. This guy's a 22, so he's one worse there. But the bishop is 2 worse. Yes, it's actually better for him to be a bishop. Meanwhile, the caravan master is... where? I don't even see her here. And then outcast. Caravan master's a 15. Okay, so I think if I use him as the thief, the caravan master is only a 9 diplomat. So if I use the bishop as a diplomat, that gets me all the way up to 76%. Then if I use her caravan master as my thief, that's a 16. That gets me up to 92%, which means the outcast only needs 3. Which means, again, I can scroll and look for someone not connected to me. This lady is a follower of this guy, and I don't even recognize this guy. Ah, he's the leader of an adventure group in Daramdeen, which is in Limbuwan. He's as disconnected as disconnected gets. Or she's as disconnected as disconnected gets. The name is familiar though, so is she a family member? Yeah, she's married to my nephew. He's at my court. She's in that camp. Why? They have 4 children together, so you know what? You know, she can be her. You do you, girl. She's eccentric, so that makes sense. Yeah, you do you. I'm still going to use you. Since you're at someone else's camp. That gets me to 95, and then the infiltrator will lower from 98 days. Even if I use the spy master. What is he actually? From 98 to 79. That's 19. So the spy master's actual infiltrator score is 19, not 31. And then this captain's a 21. So you know what? It's worth it to use her own spy master. It's only a 2-day difference. There you go. And then I can execute this scheme in 2 days. So let me unpause real quick. There you go. She wants to fabricate a hook. I say no. And that makes Runyang here like me more by 30. Now we can execute this scheme. Seize the moment. And this one failed as well. Wow. I mean, I did say if it's not 100%, it's 50-50. But this is the first time I've had 2 fail on me in a row. Yeah, well, let's abandon this scheme. And then you have no subjects. And your courtiers are your children. So let's go to the first duke that I actually successfully blackmailed. Let's go to his subjects. 15-year-old countess. I cannot blackmail children. 18-year-old earl. He only has 3 gold. Oh yeah, the sheriff has 10. Another sheriff. He has 7 gold. Wow, he runs a clean court. Because if they were corrupt, they'd have plenty of gold for me to blackmail from them. This one only has 6 gold. Sheriff Winston. What about Sheriff Athelsige? He only has 2. You're telling me Prince Bishop, he definitely has gold. Only 8. Wow, okay. Only 8 gold for the sadistic priest. Only 4 for him. Wow, wow, wow. I'm impressed. Duke Serdek here runs a tight ship. Ah, the Baron that I failed. That's where he went. He stopped being the Queen's liege and became the Duke's liege. Another priest. Only 3 gold. Okay, looks like there's no money to be had here. What about your wife? 15. What about the queen? Is she still hard? She is still hard. What about her children? 5. 55. He's in Wales, so he's too far away to even interact with. She's in Desmond, so that's also too far to interact with. Essex and Wessex. Oh, he's all the way up here. He's in France. Okay, looks like I cannot get any more money from England. Ooh, Siberia has gotten huge. What about Selenga? This is the other newest place that came up after the update. He's only got 30 gold, but his heir's got 57, and he's cowardly. But he is paranoid. I think that helps him fight off schemes. Enemy personal scheme success chances minus 25. But this isn't a personal scheme, it's a hostile scheme. Ah, no, difficulty is moderate, yeah. So it's actually easier to abduct him and then just ransom him off than it would be to fabricate a hook. But abduction, it's too much of a hassle. What about your regent? She ain't got nothing. Your sister, also nothing. Her husband is in debt. This guy has 65. What about him? It'd be very easy. I like to hear it. Focus on scheme potential. And this is basically all you do as an entry character for most of your run. Because as you can see, this is very time consuming and very intensive on what you're doing. His spy master would like to get involved, but currently it's 98 days per phase. If I have her get involved, it's 104. So she only had 6 days. That's nice. So she'd be a 39 outcast. Next best would be my guess, that's 21. She'd be a 38 diplomat. And then thief. I have a guest here at 20. And she'd be a 39 thief. 38, 39. Okay. And then she'd be a 44 infiltrator. So here's the question. If I use Opame as the outcast, if I use Shakya as the thief, I need 19 for my diplomat. Let's see. I have a heater next to me and I just had to turn it down because it's getting hot. Runyang Bu here is a 21. Yongten's a 21. I wish I could use Trailokia Chandra here. But let's see. Are any of these related? Oh, Runyang Bu refuses. Never mind. Sogyo has my last name, so not her. Yongten, is she married to a member of my family? She is not. She's just beautiful. So I married her to him so they could have beautiful children. But it's not happening. So yeah, I'll use Yongten. That gets me up to the cap of 95. And then the spy master can be the infiltrator. She'll reduce it by 44 days. But remember, we already checked and she actually adds 6 days. So her actual score is 38, which would still be the best. So we'll use her as the infiltrator. Now instead of 98 days per phase, it's 60 days per phase. So it went down by 38. Like I said, all the mathed out. So we got 2 and 3 months for these 2 schemes to be executed. Meanwhile, our military is meeting up with our allies. The level of splendor of my dynasty is now known far and wide. Ah, we have become noteworthy. Next level of splendor is reputable. We're doing things. Base origins, obscure, insignificant, noteworthy. We're near the middle of the pack. That's nice. I do not have enough for the next legacy. Why do I have her pinned? Oh, is she my rival? She is my rival. And I currently have her teaching my granddaughter and one of my courtiers. I was about to kill her, but you know what? It's fine. She's 60. I'm 74. We can handle one person that's willing to stand up to me. I was going to say one person that hates me, but everybody hates me. They're all just too scared to actually do anything about it. So one person willing to stand up to me is not, too much. He gained 10 experience as a physician, so that's nice. A strapping youngster. It occurs to me as I watch Hong practicing sword strikes, remember Hong here is my hostage, that he is really developing into quite the physical specimen. Hold on a second before I continue reading. Heterosexual. Okay, just making sure. Another stroke hisses through the air, Hong following through with poise and determination. I shudder to imagine what it would be like to be on the end of such a blow. But a small part of me wonders whether such a focus on power is truly beneficial. Okay, thank God. I thought what I was about to read was a small part of me wonders what it would be like to be hit by his blow. Okay, woof. Dodge the bullet there. Excellent swing, keep going, and he gains the strong trait. Prowess increases by 2. I lose 16 stress because I'm strong. Still, even though I'm 74, and my old age has lowered my prowess to a measly 4, minus 24 from old age. But I'm still strong, or I could say do not neglect endurance. And he becomes athletic, martial increases by 2. So do I want to increase his prowess or his martial by 2? Because I don't need to lose stress. My stress is at 0. I lost all my stress by torturing people. So his martial is only 6. Base of 6. His prowess is 7. Base of 5. But he's vengeful. This guy hates me because I'm a tyrant. But other than that, he actually likes me quite a bit. I converted him to my faith. That makes sense. I would do that. He speaks Mongolish, Kashmiri, and Tibetan. What languages do I speak? Tibetan, Telugu, Gurjar, Scythian, and Magadhi. These are my wife's languages. Tibetan is mine. Telugu is it Mongolish? I think. Magadhi is Indian. Scythian. Gurjar is Indian. And I think Scythian is Persian. If I remember correctly. But yeah, gain 2 in martial. Do not neglect endurance. Takma comes of age. I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult. As an active and enthusiastic child, it is no surprise that Takma has done well in his studies of war and combat. It is impressive to see such skill in someone so young. He displays a level of insight that's rare even among veteran commanders. They grow up so fast. So he gained 4-star brilliant strategist. That's actually really good. They grow up so fast. So he's got 12 martial. He was bossy. Yeah, stewardship wasn't worth it. So it's good that he learned martial. Fickle, paranoid, and zealous. Okay, so his martial is 12. If I unpause, it went up to 18 martial, thanks to the 4-star brilliant strategist trait. Faithful blade he gained. A commander trait. He's a dishonorable zealot. So at least he's zealous. They are betrothed. His betrothed is now 16, so I can marry them. She's quick. He's intelligent. Let's accept that. House relations improve. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. The house is still neutral. The head of the household is wandering. How are they related? Ah, his father was a member of this house. So this guy is his uncle. Okay. It's a young house. Yep, they're married. My son has his wife. Let's look at Naku here. Oh, this is Konchak. Hold on, never mind. I'm looking at Takma. I got 2 columns because I have so many children. Takma. You have nothing. You're unlanded. And you just got married. Can I take this from you? I can revoke a title, but there's only a 55% chance she accepts. And if she declines, she'll rise up in rebellion with other disgruntled vassals. And the reason I don't want to do this is because, one, I have a lot of disgruntled vassals, and two, she's married to this guy. Ah, but he did found a dissolution faction against me. He currently holds the county of Shinzo right here. She holds Aso and Bengoin. Bengoin needs to go to him. But when she dies, she has 3 heirs. And I can just transfer one of these 2 heirs to him. So I don't have to do this violently. I don't always have to do it the violent way. Have they all met up? They have met up. Okay, so they're going to go to Shinza. This should be ticking up because I hold the war target. So I'll send them over here. And then I will raise up my... These are not allies. I wonder what my other allies are. Either way, I'll send them here. And then I will pay for some mercenaries to show up. Oh, hold on a second. Never mind that. You go here. And then I need... oof. I need the mercenaries to show up now. I need 2,500 just to match their numbers. I'm not going to be able to do that no matter how much gold I have. I could hire them, but I cannot go in debt for greater than 2 years of my income. I only have 600 gold. Let me see, can I blackmail anyone? 5, 10, 15, 20, 31. Yeah, that's not enough. I can extort my subjects. Hold on a second. I might be able to get enough money. Let me just look this way instead. Courtiers. Can I sort by gold? I wish I could sort by who has the most gold. What about... No, not my children. I wish there was a way to know who has the most gold out of all my subjects. Ooh, she has 141. Can I extort her? She's the only one that likes me, though. I challenged them to a stewardship debate, attacking them for their crimes against fashion. That's crazy. I can demand her conversion. Only 15%. But me being her liege cancels out her not being cynical. And then difference in learning skill and her opinion of me are the only things that matter at that point. How about my jester? He only has 5. I don't know what to do. I'll lose an entire county. That is a big army. I hold the war target, so I could run away, but if I run away, they'll probably just siege it. Listen, they're attacking your thing. Can you not rise up? Expose a secret. I have a secret on you. Do something. They're attacking you, not me. This is annoying. I cannot call vassals to allies as war. But the war... Oh, I cannot call vassals as allies in war. But the war is for my vassal's land. But I cannot call him to that war. Make that make sense. His treasury was robbed. Bro. Or I should say nephew. That's just sad. The son of Pungse the First, which means he's brothers with Pungse the Second, who's my marshal, and is right next door in Shenza. Can I call him to war? Only has 600 soldiers. I need someone with a lot. What about Axe? They have 2,000 soldiers. I could send my hostage back to them, but I don't want to do that. What can I do to defend myself against this army? What about if I look at my actual military? Can I do have one more men-at-arms unit I can raise, but that'll just raise my army by 300. So that won't do much. I have mountaineers and I have pikemen. Yeah, the reason I don't have horses is because they don't do well in hills, mountains, desert mountains, which is where I'm at. I'm on the Tibetan Plateau. It's all hilly and mountainous. Bowman? Oh, I could increase by 100 bowmen, 100 mountaineers, and then 300 bowmen. That'll be 400 more soldiers. That does nothing for me. I go from 2,200 to 2,500. Okay. I'm trying to think of how I can help myself here. This would be 400. He's already been called to the war because it's a holy war. I think I'm just gonna lose this war. I don't think there's anything I can do. Or, Axe. Let's see. I cannot arrange a marriage between him and anyone. No. So I can't do it, but I cannot. What about 1,500, 27, 3,900 for tomorrow. We used to be allies with tomorrow. So what about if I marry your ugly kid? Oh, Oh, you want a spouse yourself? Okay, let's send you a secondary spouse. What about my granddaughter here? Daughter of my daughter. She's also my daughter and friend, so I don't want to send her daughter. She's really the only one. He's 25. That would form an alliance, but he won't even accept it. I have too many existing alliances. That gives me a minus 45. I'm at war, gives me minus 50. So if I wasn't at war, he would have accepted it. Okay. Tomorrow was the best. 4,000 soldiers. What about Pala? I'm gonna have to lose this war and lose this county. Ah, jeez. All because he declared a holy war and my faith only has me in it. Then again, I grew my faith by attacking their faith. Which was going well, except their faith has 2 countries, 2 kingdoms. And mine only has 1. What about all these small places down here? Can I call them to war? Song's already called to war. What are all these alliances that I have? Bonpo here. He's got 300 soldiers. Did I already call him to war? He's my vassal, so I cannot call him to war. Even though he's my ally. Oh, that makes no sense, and I'm so annoyed right now. I already called him. You and your 445. He's my vassal and I cannot call him to war. Oh my god, okay. Now I know. I will no longer have alliances with my vassals. This guy. I already called him. And then these are truces, and then this is a hostage. Which just prevents them from declaring war against me. Sharklick is also in this war? Okay, what about Kumarleb? They're my tributary. They have 1,500 soldiers. How can I not call you to war? Ooh, if I could call her to war, that would be perfect. Ah, but she's of my faith. Can I demand her conversion? She's of the, not of my faith, she's of the faith of the people attacking me. What's the point of suzerain? Just they give me money every once in a while? Is that it? That's all I get? They'll automatically be called into my wars. So, if I lower this to none and force you to join my wars, they need to be an obedient tributary. What does this entail? Nomadic realms. Okay, so it's not even something that's applicable to me. Blood brother, we need to be friends first. Okay. I have not been focusing on my war stuff. Oh wait, the reason I haven't been focusing on my war stuff is because I'm an entry character. How did I forget that? Okay, this guy's the war leader, right? He's the one who has alliances. So what if I just kill this guy? Very hard. It'd be easy to fabricate a hook on him. Can I then use that hook to end the war? If I offer him a hostage. My 51-year-old niece. Take one for the team. Oh, wait. Will she take one for the team? Wow, that only reduced it by 4. She has no value as a hostage. Okay. Okay, what about my granddaughter here? 6. Okay. What about my grandson? Still 6. Okay, what about my son and ward? He's only 3. 7. Okay. Looks like that's not happening. I'll be honest, guys. I have no idea what to do. We're at 2,900. Oh, okay. I forgot to calculate this army. So what we really need is 2,000 to outnumber them. They have 300 armored foot. Well, we're back. I think that was a sign telling me that I should probably end here. So let me sleep on this and figure out what I'm going to do about this. I only need 1,600 soldiers, I think, to match numbers. And then if they attack me in my lands, I will have the defensive advantage. And so if I hire mercenaries... no, we're not disbanding. If I hire mercenaries, I think there are plenty of, within that range of 1,600, within my budget. So I think I'll be good. But yeah, one war ends and another begins. It feels like we haven't really done anything unpaused. Most of what we did was paused, but 2 years have gone by in game since I started stream in almost 3 hours. So that's, about a year an hour. So we did accomplish something, but I think that'll be all for today. Let me turn this heater off. Thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'm very grateful. Hopefully you enjoyed. I do have about 220 hours in this game, but sometimes... I had sound effects muted this whole time. But sometimes it feels like I'm still a noob at this game. And so, as evidenced by the fact I just remembered when I banished the lady I had been funding and investing in to create armor for me. But yeah, I'm grateful if you guys appreciate watching me figure things out as I go. You can see down here, by the way, all the DLCs I currently have installed in the game, if you're curious. But again, thank you for watching. I will see you guys all tomorrow. I should be streaming again tomorrow. I think that'll do it all for today. Give me a follow if you missed any of my stream on my YouTube channel. I upload all of my streams onto my YouTube channel. And as soon as I end stream on this one, I will upload this stream to my YouTube channel as well. Usually takes about a day, 24 hours for it to fully upload. It might take less. It might take like 12 hours. I don't actually know how long it takes. I just know it isn't instantaneous. But if you liked watching and you want to catch up on what happened at the beginning, or if you'd like to catch up on what happened previously in this run, or if you'd like to watch my other run, I just recently created a playlist of my first run, which was a struggle for Iberia. It happened in Spain. And so if you'd like to catch that run, or catch, previous streams from this run or this stream, go to my YouTube channel, give me a follow at A2Gamer, same as my Twitch. I would appreciate it. Also, I post whenever I go live on Twitter and Instagram. And so if you'd like to know when I go live tomorrow, and if you give me a follow on one of those platforms, you'll get the notification. The Instagram, same as the Twitch and YouTube, it's at A2Gamer. Instagram.com/A2Gamer. And my Twitter is the only one that's different. It's at A2GMR. So give me a follow. I would appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine too. As long as you enjoy watching. And at that, I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I will see you all next time.